Okay. All right, here we go. Welcome to the regular council meeting for July the 16th this evening. We have a quorum. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Joe, would you give the invocation, please?
Father, I just come to you and I just thank you for this glorious day. Just thank you for the wonderful time we've had at the city celebrating our country. We just thank you for the blessings that you have put on our country and on our city. We just pray that you'll be with us tonight. Help us to keep you in mind and your principles in mind when we make decisions for our citizens. Just thank you for the honor to be able to serve. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any comments from the audience? Nope? Okay. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes from the regular council meeting of June the 18th. Please.
To approve.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Carries. I'd like a motion to approve the special council meeting of August 31st of 23. What was the deal with that, Haley?
So in 23, they had awarded Texas Materials the contract for the grant, but they had not clearly articulated that in the minutes. So we had to go back and fix it for grant.
So the, pardon?
It's a very different minute than when we updated it.
Are those minutes attached?
Yes.
The second set of minutes, it's like the fourth page.
I did not understand that one.
Okay. Is this the final paragraph here? The
Yes, at the very end, right before the signature.
I actually remember this one now.
okay.
Yep.
So the clarification is the approval of the award to Texas Materials, which occurred on August the 31st of 2023. These minutes need to be updated or have been updated to reflect the specific award to Texas Materials. So I'd like a motion to,
I make a motion that we accept the minutes. I was at the meeting.
I second it.
which clearly states that Texas Materials was approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Anything? No. Okay. This July Mayor's Report, Camelot Dam. I'm happy to report progress. Lakey Construction is finishing up the forms on the concrete secondary spillway, and they've already poured, or they're scheduled to finish the roadway, cement roadway. That should already be done. All of the gate components are on site and will be installed in the next few days. That will only leave the roadway across the dam. The last bit of work should be completed on 7 to 10 days once the spillway is finished.
1st of August?
No, mid-August is what I'm expecting.
Okay.
Ivanhoe Dam, significant progress has been made by CTEX. You can see that they're forming out the and preparing for the concrete pours, and they've already. You can see the riprap is being laid down in the overflow channel. The hydrogate valve has a long lead time, much like what we experienced on Camelot Dam. The latest ETA on the valve is late August, so a lot of the work will be done pending the arrival of the gate valve. Tristan Dam, this project's going on at an amazing pace. TCEQ accepted the final tweaks to the maps. SBS has poured the bottom 15 box culverts and continues to appear to be ahead of schedule. They should be completed before the end of October for the whole project. We did have an issue with a broken water line along Tristan Dam that caused part of the lakeside bulkhead to slip down. We've spoken with the Southwest Water Corporation, and they seem anxious to make full repairs. We also spoke to legal and confirmed that the water company is liable. However, when they saw that the price was $12,000, they came back and wanted to know if perhaps the bulkhead failure is what caused the water break, which is completely crazy. They wanted us to pay half. We countered with we'll pay a third, so we're going to be paying $4,700 to have the bulkhead repaired and the side of the dam fixed. Toller Road, I thought that our Commissioner, Joe Blacksher, might show up this evening to talk about Toller Road. There's been an update to the intersection in Hillister. I don't have those details at this time. But he did secure the $2 million grant to rebuild and pave Toller Road from the end of Camelot all the way to Hillister. Along with that, the one-lane bridge will be rebuilt as a two-lane cement bridge built to TxDOT specs. So this is going to be a very good road. These are my old notes.
That's right here. The one they wrote right here.
Yes, sir.
The one that goes back towards.
So you go across Charmaine Dam
Yep.
and go straight past Charmaine Drive south and past Durwood to where it dead ends, and you turn left, and that road takes you to
That's Toller
Hillister.
Road.
So the dangerous part about that, and Joe Blacksher and I have visited with TxDOT about it, is that the intersection is offset in a curve, and we're trying to get them to make an adjustment to move the intersection or Toller Road a little further south so that it makes more of a conventional intersection.
It's kind of a death trap from that, what I've heard, Jake, going out there.
Yeah, my grandson actually was in a head-on collision there trying to turn off of the highway into Toller Road. And that's not the first place. Tom Parker, who used to own A1 Record, called it the money curve. He had a record service. Let's see. That's it for that. Chief, you're up. No, you need to speak into the mic because it's broadcasting and.
Outstanding. All right. Good evening, Mayor, Council. For the month of June, we had 69 calls, 78 citations, 45 warnings. 2 vehicles were towed. A couple of things that I wanted to kind of address tonight. The first one was the July 4th celebration in the park was a huge success for us. We had no incidences. There were a couple of alcohols in the park, but we just, quietly talked to them, dispose of it. It's not allowed in the parks. Go about your business, have a good time. No issues from that. They complied. We had over 500 people between the main park here at City Hall, Chuck Marshall Park, and Candy Cane Park. So to not have any issues that night, I think it was a huge success. We had reserve officers come in as well as full-time officers here. And so I think throughout the city, we were covered, the parks we were city, and there was no issues. That's the first thing. Another thing is it's getting hot. As you're out riding your side-by-sides, remember you have to have a driver's license to operate a side-by-side. It's considered and golf cart. So follow your local rules, your driving rules of the road, things like that. The Ivanhoe Police Department recently went through our TCO audit, the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. It is a two-part audit now. It used to only be one where they come in, they do compliance based on records. So they came in, they audited records. Out of all the records they went through, and there's multiple things they look at, from a 35-page personal history statement on each officer, checking signatures, checking notaries, checking dates, checking fingerprints and criminal history returns, everything else. Military documents, we only had one deficiency, and we were able to correct that deficiency within 30 minutes. And that deficiency sticks with me, not with the agency, but it's already been remedied. Once they come back next year, do the audit again, that deficiency will go away if we have a perfect audit.
So that was mainly the DD 214.
The DD 214.
It only had one page and it was 2 pages
Correct.
long. So it was just a 1-page omission that was.
That was left out, and so we got that fixed.
Yeah.
We just had to get a copy of it from, and he was able to download it right there on the spot. So, the other part of the audit which is a new part of the audit, is the agency sustainability audit. It falls under 211.16 of I think it's the Texas Government Code, local government code. But this is what's actually getting small agencies shut down across the state of Texas, where they're having the difficulties of being able to sustain that agency. So when they look at that, there's it's like 2.5, 3 pages of things that they're looking for with the agency. They're checking policies and procedures that we have. We've been lucky that we've actually adopted our policies from the Texas Police Chiefs Association best practices, trying to work towards being an accredited agency. So a lot of those policies we already had in place. We had an ordinance in place creating the police department, as well as identifying that we're allowed to have reserve officers. A lot of agencies don't have that. We actually had that in place from when we created the department back in 2023. They were looking at our bulletproof vests, make sure they're compliant within dates. They're looking at make sure every officer has weapons, body cams, radios, vehicles. They even went through and looked at our budgets to make sure that the city can actually sustain the police department. And I can come out and say that we actually passed that with 0 deficiencies all the way across the board. And he told us, he said, hey, y'all are in really good shape here. So that goes back to the testament of the mayor and the council actually approving things and keeping us going and supporting us in what we do out here to keep the community safe. So I appreciate and applaud y'all for y'all's assistance in that aspects. Moving on from that, we had our reserves actually put in over 100 hours last month to the city. So we're actually documenting, keeping track of how many volunteer hours they're putting in. And so that's a little over 100 hours of free law enforcement services that we're getting for the city to be able to offset what the full-time officers are doing as well. So if you see them guys out rolling around, tell them thanks for what they do, because they're giving to us and we're not having to pay for it. Besides that, once again, we don't take any calls from Facebook. I did have to put out a letter regarding some things on Facebook that were circulating around. And I think it's squashed a lot of issues. There was still some concern in some of the chatter in there, but when you don't have anybody that wants to come forward, make a complaint or give information or anything like that, or not assist in things, there's nothing we can do with it. So we have to close it out as there's nothing there. So with that being said, any questions for me?
One question, I
Yeah.
think I've asked this question before, but
Sure.
it's been a long time. The reserve officers,
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's obviously a benefit to them to be a reserve officer. What does being a reserve and logging those hours do for them?
So being a reserve officer, we carry their commission, so that way they are commissioned in the state of Texas as a law enforcement officer. They can work traffic jobs. So if you're driving through the state of Texas and you see a car on the side of the road that has red and blue lights on there, that's most likely, I'm going to say 8 out of 10 times, that is going to be a reserve officer somewhere. I'll be honest with you, there's some legislation going around right now where they're trying to change a lot of that, because them guys are out there making anywhere between $50 and $100 an hour.
Yeah.
And all they're doing is sitting on the side of the road, watching Netflix, doing training classes, working on college classes, or whatever else. And some agencies, so TCO doesn't say specifically you have to give X amount of hours to an agency. That's going to be departmental policy wherever we're at. So there's officers out there doing traffic jobs who don't do any reserve commitment, but they have somebody carrying their license for them.
I think it's 16 hours a month, but
It's not required.
Oh, it's not.
It's not required. So we
But you
used to
require
be-
20.
We used to be 16. We increased it to 20, and we've actually talked to some of the reserves notice as well. We've actually gone and looked at possibly going to 30 hours. They already do 2 days a week, 2 days out of the month. So if we can say, all right, we're upping it to 30, you're out there making $120,000 a year based on us carrying your commission. Why not work a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a Thursday, Friday, Saturday? And then that allows us to have 2 officers in the city almost every day, which is a huge benefit, because then if something does happen, the full-time officer's not having to do it by themselves. So there's some pros and cons back there. But all the guys that we've talked to so far that are reserved, they enjoy it here. Some of them have asked if we get a full-time slot. They were interested in it. So they like what's going on here. They like what we see. They like the culture. And so we've got guys that'll drive from either Vidor coming in. We've got guys from Lufkin driving in because they enjoy what's here. And when it's a good environment for them to be in, they're going to want to come here. And so we're, if we say, hey, next year we're going to go to 30 hours or whatever else, they're already prepared for that. Some of them are already doing it.
Thank you. I remember that now.
Yes, sir.
I knew there was a benefit. I just couldn't. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anybody else? All right.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Marshall.
Hello, hello. First of all, I'd like to state my condolences to some of the casualties that we had inflicted upon us here at City Hall earlier this week. But I'm happy to say that thanks to Mr. Colby Kipp and Jonathan, Big John, Mayor had a slight hand in it, that we have found and eradicated the red wasp enemy. It is gone from the front porch.
The wasps are bad.
Well, Tim, they were aggressive. Tim got hit in the back of the head 3 times. He came in with toilet paper
He's
stuck
slow
to his
anyway.
head.
That's what that was. I was wondering why he was walking around with a piece of toilet paper stuck to his
Yeah,
head.
it was-
I didn't want to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. For the month of June, we initiated or took in 17 new work orders. We completed 13, and 3 of those are still left. 1 is in progress. The other 2 have been scheduled. So we're holding our own. 3 of those were culvert evaluations. 2 of those were culvert installations. 4 were street repair. 2 were mowing. I know this is hard to believe, but only 2 were called in for potholes. I don't think we're winning the war, but we may be making some headway due to the new roads. Unfortunately, we are in a rain delay and have been since Tuesday. Probably will be till next Tuesday. We're kind of dead in the water, limited to what we can do because our material is soaking wet. I think we might have a fix for that. We're going to ease into it and see on a smaller schedule if this idea works or not. It's minuscule compared to what it would normally take.
Which material is most impacted by the water?
The number 2 limestone base and all of our reclaim. But we use the base more than anything. That's for all the culverts, a lot of the roads and so forth, and that really puts us behind the 8 ball. I'm hoping that a cement slab of some size to be determined, if we can get our material on top of that, at least 3 or 4 dump truck loads, that would dry out on that concrete slab at a slight angle more so than it would sitting in a puddle of water over there at the materials yard. We may try it and see. The guys are thrilled. I'm thrilled we're staying within our budget. And by doing so, we were able to offer, with again, the mayor's permission and the help from Miss Haley, that we were able to offer them 40 hours a week. Not permanent, but at least until we can get kind of caught up, which has been a tremendous help. It's amazing how much more we can get done in that 2 extra hours. Slope mower, as might be seen, sides of the road are a mess. Slope mower is in the shop. I talked to Jeff over at JR's today, and he said any day we should have it back. So when we do, we were gonna put that to use in earnest. One guy on it, 10 hours a day, every day, until we can get caught up. It looks terrible. I don't like that. The water company you touched on. I'd like to revisit at some point in time the Swenson conveyor spreader that we had talked about that would help tremendously during the winter icing. But also, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the edges on some of the roads, how they've sunk down anywhere from 3 to 8 inches beside the road. We don't do something with it, that's going to break off and really start damaging the brand new roads that they put in. So I would like to look into that a little bit closer if we could.
Not the asphalt sinking, but the base around
It's-
it?
Yeah,
It's what they use for the edges. It either washes away. I don't think they use the proper material, but that's not my call. But they didn't use the proper material. Other than that, I think that's it for the.
You want to talk about the Great All and the BOMAG a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we have, I know in the past, but just to bring it back up to everybody's snuff here, we had a deal with the county to trade them, correct me if I'm wrong, we had the county to trade them the Great All for 30 days,
30 work days.
30 work days.
Not calendar days, work days.
30 work days, yeah, of the use of their BOMAG. And
So with FEMA rates, that was about somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
Potential rental fees for a
yeah,
$10,000 piece of equipment that we never used.
and I think we paid 28 or 30,000 for the Great All. We did get a lot of use out of it. It was just presenting itself later in life to be too big to be on these roads without shutting down an entire road for doing the ditch work. But I think we got a fair trade. They got a fair deal. I think everybody's happy.
You started using it yet?
Not yet. Joe and I talked about that today. Like I told him, let's give it a few weeks here. I'd rather get into a dry run, and then we can get started. And according to him, and he's going to run it for us first
Yeah,
couple
Joe's
of
going to
times.
operate the machine.
He said we can do 27th Street in a day.
That's you, so we talked about that before, using their people to operate it, because those guys can do it.
Well, actually, the commissioner's going to operate it.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah.
So Joe Blacksher worked in in Precinct 1 on the road crew for 16 years before he was elected as the commissioner for that precinct. So he's operated every piece of equipment that they have.
So are we gonna pay him for operating it?
No,
If we want an operator, he will send one at what, $25 an hour,
yeah, that's
something
what-
like that.
Yeah,
But for the first one or two, he's going to run it and help us out. And
we would rather use
yeah,
him or one of his people rather than
Yeah,
yeah.
because they can come in and run that machine
A lot faster than we could
Yeah.
by learning it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's money well spent.
He needs to buy him lunch.
I'll do that.
I'll donate a couple lunches.
Any questions on the maintenance aspect of everything going on? No. Moving to the dams, I think you've covered about everything. The dam report is thin these days. We've only got 2 up, and that's Galahad and Charmaine. They're in good shape. We opened the valves yesterday just to check them and make sure and relieve some of the pressure on the dam because we were getting quite a bit of runoff from up above us. We shut them by the end of the day, I think, or this morning. So everything's good with those. We're turning in our reports like we're supposed to.
When is the Tristan work gonna do on repairs gonna start at 12, that work, do we have a schedule?
Which part of Tristan?
The water company is what he's talking
The
about.
water company?
Yes, the water company.
I have bugged them and will continue to bug them. I'm not going to let them ghost me. I'm on the phone with them at least once every 2 days, if not every day. Last
They're
conversation.
responsible for scheduling that.
Yeah, last conversation I had was, I'm gonna send that email over right away, just as soon as we get it, in response to the offer that we made them. But they have agreed, and, says they're waiting on a quote for their part and a quote for our part. And, we'll go from there. He said, we want to get it done, because part of the agreement was, when you read this email, anything from this point forward is,
If we get another big
On
rain,
you.
it's only gonna get worse.
we got almost 3 inches the last couple of days ago, and so far so good, but it's an accident waiting for a place to happen. And if it gets under that road, then they have big problems.
How much of the retaining wall are they gonna replace?
200 foot? No.
No, about
No,
70 feet.
70, yeah, we've got to do ourselves the rest of it. Okay? Any questions? Good. Let's go home.
Next on the agenda is a report on the Planning and Zoning Commission and their activity. There's nothing dramatic happening except that Officer Keene or Lieutenant Keene sat in with them to go over and help them detail health and safety and junk vehicle ordinances. They were trying to determine, as an example, they were trying to come up with a definition of what a junk vehicle is, and Tim was able to tell them, whoa, wait a minute, stop, here it is, there's a legal code of, and definition of what a junk vehicle is, use this, and it was kind of an eye-opener. They're on board with us now to be able to move forward in correcting the ordinances. There's been a lot of loose pieces that are coming together, different types of notifications with the wrong number of days and this and that. But with the help of Anna and Tim, all of that stuff has been standardized to the legal aspects of what the requirements are. And planning and zoning is in the process of tailoring the ordinance to where it's legally understandable, binding, and have consequences associated with them. So that's it for planning and zoning. Item 5, consider for discussion the adoption of the labor standards oversight policy and procedures. This is coming from GLO. This is a change in the way that they monitor the grants. It's like closing the gate after the cows get out. It's a lengthy document that it just says that we're following whatever the standard labor practices are. Is there anything else to that, Haley?
It just states that we're ultimately responsible for ensuring compliance with all the grants. We can get a grant administration, but ultimately all responsibility falls back on the city.
Okay, so we have a grant administrator, but all the,
It's our responsibility to make sure we're compliant.
it's our responsibility to make sure that we're compliant. It all falls back on the city. So that's what this is about. So it's a requirement. So I'd like to have a motion to accept and adopt the labor standards oversight policy and procedures.
I'll make a motion to accept.
A second?
Adopt the standard procedure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Joe? Motion carries. Thank you.
Are they working on any new grants right now, or?
No. So the last attempt was a $5 million citywide grant that I was trying to get that would have finished Mill Creek and Sir Henry. It would have reworked Friar Tuck, 27th and 28th Street. The grading process, there were a number of entities that received awards, but the last one to get a award was the points that they scored was 80. We were the next one up at 77, so we were this close. We are in the middle of a GLO audit on 2 of the grants, and this has been a very time-consuming and arduous process. Haley and I were on a 2-hour Teams meeting Monday, followed up by another 1-hour Teams meeting Tuesday, where they asked us the same question 3 or 4 different times, and we answered it the same way every time. They call it a monitoring the grant, but it's actually a heavy audit, and
Is it financial or process?
everything. They touch, we've got 2 file boxes full of files going back to 2023 or 2021.
One of them's 21, one of them's 23.
And they're requiring us to touch every piece of paper and show them where we followed the processes properly. They want to see bank statements. They want to see money that comes in. How long did it sit there? Where did it go? How did it get there? And it's enough to wear you out. So if we get any findings, it could affect our ability to get any future grants from GLO. But if they have any findings, I'm going to protest it strongly, because we did everything above board and right. Every time there was a pay request made, as soon as it came in from the engineer with the engineer and the contractor's signature, I would sign it. Haley would process it, get it back to where it needed to go. Then we'd wait 30 days for the money to come in. It would go to Texas class, and Haley would wait until it cleared, the funds were available, and the same day or the next day, I would make the physical electronic transfer from Texas class to whichever contractor the money was supposed to go to. So I can't imagine them having any issue with the way that we were doing things.
Is this a random audit, or is this a result of some complaints?
Sir?
Is it a random audit, or the result of some complaint that they've received from a contractor?
Our GLO guy, Patrick Burke, was surprised. And he wasn't supposed to, or should not have, but he's alerting us of what was forthcoming, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So anyway, to answer your question, we don't have any grants working right now except for the finishing up the ones for the 3 dams and the resilient community. Everything else is finalized.
So how much longer is this, process gonna take?
For the audit?
The audit, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they give us, they're very nice about it, but they want these 50 documents, and we'd like to have them by Friday. She has to go and dig out these 50 items and scan them and email them or upload them to the grant administrator, who puts it all together and then sends it to GLO. It's quite a lot.
I think we're nearing the end. It should, I think maybe in a week or so, it should be close to the end, but they've got pretty much everything put out.
So for those at home, Haley said that she thinks that we're near the end and that it should be done in the next couple of weeks. Okay, item 6, consider for discussion action ordering general election for November the 3rd. You have all of that in your packets. I'd like a motion to order the general election for November the 3rd.
Make the motion, we order the general election, November 3rd.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carries. Oh, this has got the, all the dates. I don't have to go over that, do I? Okay. Okay. Haley, you're up.
God bless everybody.
You okay?
Everybody's taller than me.
So all the financial documents were emailed out to council on July 14th, along with the reports, the reconciliation details for each count. The city received $8,361 this month from the state comptroller for sales and use taxes that were collected in May and reported to the comptroller in June. June ad valorem taxes were received on July 6th, totaling $21,654, with $17,875 going to maintenance and operations and $3,779 for the interest and sinking fund. We did not receive a payment for Ivanhoe North this month. The Texas class interest rates have remained the same again for the month of June. They're kind of gone stagnant at this point. After reviewing the totals for the various departments, the budgets are all correct, the bank statements have been reconciled, and I do think that the June financials can be approved.
I have a motion to approve the June financials. Is there any discussion, questions, or anything? Second?
Second.
Joe?
What in and outs on projects this month?
Which projects?
I mean, any of them. Did we have significant in and out cash this month?
The outside grants, no.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, we haven't had any big expenses. I think the biggest one this month was probably the iWorks payment. It was like $2,000. Nothing major's come through.
Well, I will say that with regard to the budget, I did the run rate through June. I tried to come up with end-of-year numbers. And we're over by about $11,000, but in talking to Joe, we think there's enough cushion in a number of places where we can bring that down to zero. We are $63,000 over what we actually budgeted, but that's because of some of the emergency purchases and the capital equipment expenditures we made. $45,000 for 2 new police vehicles. The floor was coming up in the community center and was a trip hazard. We had to replace the floor. We did a lot of research on the most cost-effective and durable alternative, and that was $8,800. We had an air handler and the air conditioner that went out that was $3,400. So those are the 3 items that cause us to be out of balance, if you will. Those are the things that the auditor will be looking for, but with explanations. We talked with him in advance, and he said he didn't have any problem. He would have had questions had we not explained it to him. So,
Hey, Mayor, can we close out her budget before, because I do have some questions.
Sure,
Maybe
sure, go-
maybe if we
sorry,
can
go ahead.
close out, 'cause I think the second's there. You can call for a vote on the.
oh, we can have discussion if you want.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just trying to keep from disconnecting them.
No, you're good.
I had a thought.
Lost it?
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'll get it back.
Come on,
Give
man.
us a second.
Give me a second.
Well, you were asking about big purchases, if that helps any.
Yeah, I mean, I will, it's gone.
Yeah.
Do you want us to wait?
No,
Give.
you can continue your thing and it'll probably pop in and I'll do it at the end. I don't know what else.
Do we have a second?
A second? I second.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Has it come back to you yet?
I'm gonna look at the fields. It was one of those questions on one of the,
Yeah.
It'll come back as soon as I sit back down.
it probably so. Oh, I do remember now.
Oh, good.
Tax dollars coming in. We're seeing a significant miss from, what we thought the budget was gonna be on incoming taxes. Have we had any feedback from our tax office on, that miss? I mean, cause it's like a 40 grand miss on the incoming
Right.
taxes right now based on the run rates, and I mean, our
Yeah.
property hasn't disappeared.
No, and the
Well-
tax office, it's a best guess because they can't predict who's gonna pay their taxes. So whenever they send out our appraisals, and then based on that is what we do
So
skip.
our miss is really people not paying taxes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
because the appraisal, what they send the appraisals in, and based on the appraisals, Skip then sets, you know, a percentage of what he expects us to get or hopes for us to get. And,
So in the past, we've used a 90% figure for the expected tax revenue. This past year, because the county uses 95%, I used 95% of what the number was. So on this, when I did the run rate for current year taxes, our budget was 591, 357. The remaining number to hit the 591 is $41,000.
And we've only taken in 25 grand or
Well,
so the last few months.
we-
But we
got-
have 4 months left.
we've got July, August, and September, so we've got 3 months left to make up that $40,000. So,
But
I mean,
went
we're
back and
gonna
looked
be,
historically, and we have not picked up 40 grand in the last 3 months. and-
we're gonna be close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be close. I know that there's a lot of tax sales going on right now, and there are some properties in Ivanhoe that are up for sale, that are going up to auction at the courthouse. So
Okay.
we may be able to recoup some of it that way too.
Yeah.
That's
But
just
they're
one of the
able to
biggest
crack down
misses
on it.
I saw.
Yeah, I know.
Coming down, and I was curious.
It's just a
if-
best guess. You'd hope to get
But
that
what it
much at
means
that
is
point.
that we're not getting, is that the people are not paying taxes.
Correct. Correct.
You are
Yeah.
correct, sir.
Okay. All righty, thank you. I knew it came back.
I knew. I was gonna go sit down to help you to see if it came back that way.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies.